Banking is the only industry that over the last 10 years perhaps has paid more than 350 billion US dollars in fines and regulatory compliance. I will be talking about the 5 key themes or pillars that can help the banks or the fintech to build a future-proof bank. And we go live. The second important point I want to talk about is that the ethical models are going to win in the 2020s. Transparent models are the models that will win the trust of the consumer. Banking is the only industry that over the last 10 years perhaps has paid more than 350 billion US dollars in fines and regulatory compliance related fine. There is high amount of regulatory risk and high amount of compliance failure that has been noted at the traditional banks, and as a result they ended up paying so much of fine. Another simple example, these are the regulatory fines, but let's talk about some of the hidden charges. So many times you talk to customers of the banks and you realize that some of the pain points that these customers have, they are forced to call the phone banking system to get the credit card fee waived off, and then they have to put in so many, punch in the credit card number and do so many things just to waive it off. And there is not a single button present on the mobile app just wherein by the press of it you could register that. And that is where the problem lies, as if the banks intentionally want the customers to forget whether some charges have accrued. And this is just one example of credit card charges. There could be charges related to some banking transactions, some cross-border payments. That transparency is missing, and as a result you can't hope to win the customer trust just by sending them a monthly e-statement on their mobile, and that e-statement is again written in a way that the customers don't clearly remember that how it is written. Some of the banks are trying to change that, so that's good, but I think a lot of work needs to happen there when it comes to ensuring that the hidden charges are completely taken off, because consumers are not stupid. It would be suicidal on part of banks to think that customers do not know that they have been cornered or forced to pay some of the hidden charges that they never intended to pay. Give them the options to ensure that they are not penalized for some of these behaviors.